and welcome to the business of being a virtual assistant. I'm your host, Tiffany Parson, and you're watching and listening to episode number 215. Now, I have to tell you all something funny about this particular episode. I recorded this episode last week, had it all ready to go. I was getting ready to get it edited and uploaded to YouTube when I hit play, and there was no sound. This video right here, I'm putting it right here for you to see. Oh, I'm just talking away. No sound. I was crushed, y'all. But it's all good. It's all good. Luckily, I had written down my notes and I knew what I was saying. So let's try this again. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the business of being a virtual assistant. I'm your host, Tiffany Parson, and we're going to talk today about, are you qualified to be a virtual assistant business owner? The previous episode, we talked about the pros and cons of it. And this week, I thought it would be great to go into qualifications. You might think that it requires a college degree. It does not. You might think you need a certification. That is not required. In all of my years of being a virtual assistant business owner, not one client has asked for a certification or degree for this. I've got 10 things on my quick list that will let you know whether or not you will be qualified to be a virtual assistant business owner. It does not include any skills. We all come with something. So I'm not going to go into your skill set, but this has everything to do with you. One thing about being a business owner is you learn about yourself for sure. Okay, let's dive into the list. If you're watching the video, you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So actually, let me see if I can put my notes up here. I'm working on a different setup. Let me see. Okay, hold on a second. I'm putting my finger all in the way, trying to get the light down on my computer. Okay, I think, Okay, we're cooking. We're in business. We are in business. All right. Number one, and these aren't in any order. It's just how they came to me in my mind. The first one I have here on the list is self-starter. Self-starter. I think it's self-explanatory, but I'll go ahead a little bit into it. Self-starter. Do you start things on your own, or do you wait for someone to start them for you? To be in this type of business, or any business for that matter, it's important that you are a self-starter, that you're willing to dive into things before anybody asks you to. Since you own your business, you've got to be able to self-start and know, okay, I need this, I need that, I need to get clients, I need this, I need to do that, and get it started, right? All on your own without any outside interference. Number two, detailed. Are you detailed oriented? Everything about what you're offering your clients is going to require you to be detailed. When you're doing discovery calls, it's going to be important that you listen for certain details, certain information. And if you don't receive it, that you know how to get the details from your clients in the questions that you ask your clients, right? So it's important that we are detail oriented, detailed in everything. Number three, you have to be able to follow instructions. Now, our clients won't know how to do our jobs. However, they're going to have instructions in regards to how they like for things to go for their business, just like how we like for things to go for our business. So can you follow instructions? This is going to be very important. And it's not just for your clients, but if you're setting things up, if you're a technical VA, you're going to have to go through some instructions. If you're setting up a system for a client, that software may have instructions. You got to be able to follow instructions. Number four, not afraid to ask questions. especially when you're trying to follow instructions and you have questions, something is not clear. Are you comfortable asking questions? Going back to being detail oriented, if you're not getting certain information and you're trying to put all the pieces to the puzzle together, are you okay in asking questions so you can get all the details that you need? It's important that we are asking the right questions of our clients. And sometimes we don't always know what all those questions are until after the fact. But in every experience, we learn something, we do better, and we get even more sure about what questions we need to ask. Let's see what number. Number five, resourceful. Are you resourceful? Are you able to find answers when it seems like there is no answer? Quickly accessible, right? Not that we're fixing everything, but at least we're able to find information, find answers. A lot of answers are on Google. So before you go ask your client a question that is not specific to them, not specific to the instruction they gave, go to Google. Ask Google. Research on Google. Research within your network of other virtual assistants. And if you don't have a network of virtual assistants, then it's important that you get that. Okay. So resourceful, being resourceful. Number 6, curious. Are you the type person that if you're on the website, you're going to click around to see what's there? Are you the type of person that if you get something brand new, it's in a box, are you going to read the instructions, or do you click around and press all the different buttons to see how something works? Are you curious? Being curious means you're going to press the buttons. You're going to see how things work. Maybe it means reading the manual. Maybe it just means pressing a button to see what happens or clicking a link to see what happens. But it's important that you're curious, that you're not just sitting there looking at something on your screen and thinking, gee, I wonder how this works, but not curious enough to click on it to see what happens. It's important that we're curious. Number 7. No, 6, 7. I said 10 things and I didn't put any numbers by this. I just have a list. I should have put numbers real quick by this paper. Hold on, y'all. I'm writing down the numbers because, okay. Number 7, independent. This kind of goes with self-starter. Independent. What does that mean? Does that mean we don't need anybody else in our business? No, absolutely not. We need our clients. We need our VA community. We need our networks, right? We need people. Independent means, are you okay with doing things by yourself? There's many times you're going to be working alone. You're going to have to meet deadlines by yourself. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with having to be in front of your computer for several hours by yourself, being that self-starter and following instructions and not afraid to ask questions and finding information and all that good stuff? That's where the independence comes in. Are you okay with that? Or do you need a team of people around you all the time to get things done? It can be lonely at times working by yourself. And if you're not used to that, then that is going to cause a problem. So it's important that you are independent knowing that. Many of you may have experienced working from home during the last couple of years. And maybe that was the first time you ever worked from home. Maybe you had never even thought about being a VA, but working from home made you think about it. How did you do working from home where you had to be independent and kind of do things on your own? How did you handle that? That's an indicator to let you know if this is going to be a good fit for you. Self-motivated, number 8. That's number 8, self-motivated. When there's nothing else going on, it's a rainy day, you could easily stay in the bed. Are you motivated enough to get yourself up and get things going, to meet your deadline, to get moving, to find clients, to do whatever it is you need to do to continue in your business? Are you self-motivated? That's a qualification. It's important that you have that. Very important. Number 9, as important as it is for us to follow instructions, being a follower, it's also important that we are leaders, and good leaders are good followers. So number 9, are you a leader? So you may be wondering, when do we get a chance to lead? I mean, clients give us instructions, da da da. Guess what? You are leading your client. In a discovery call, who's leading the call? You. When someone inquires about your business, who's leading that interaction? You. Don't let your clients lead you. You lead the situation. It's your business. When you are the client, whoever that business owner is, they're the ones leading it. In your situation, as a virtual assistant business owner, you are the leader. Are you a leader? Leaders map out plans. Leaders have a vision. Leaders set the goals. Leaders create objectives. Leaders steer where everything is going. It's important as a virtual assistant business owner that you can lead. And if you decide to grow your business and have a team, it's important that you be able to lead. If you don't want to grow a business, you still have to lead. Last one, number 10, takes the initiative. This goes with number 1, basically, in the self-starter, and they all kind of intertwine a bit. Takes the initiative. Are you one to take the initiative and do a thing? As a business owner, the fact that you're here and watching this episode, that's taking initiative to find information about what being a virtual assistant is all about. You were curious enough to click the play button. You were resourceful enough to find this podcast. You took the initiative. Just in listening to this podcast, you probably have hit about 5 out of the 10 things on this qualifications list. So if you're still asking yourself at the end of all this, am I qualified to be a virtual assistant business owner? I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yes, you are. The fact that you are listening to this podcast tells me everything that I need to know about you and your potential in your business. You are qualified. I encourage you to keep going, keep moving forward. You have everything that it takes to be a leader, to be a virtual assistant business owner. The 10 things real quick. Self-starter, detailed, follows instructions, not afraid to ask questions, resourceful, curious, independent, self-motivated leader, takes the initiative. That is you. If you are looking for a community of virtual assistants, I encourage you to learn more about the Virtual Assistant VA VIP program. Now, how do you find out about that? The first thing you want to do is get on the email list, because more information is going to be coming out about the program. So if you're listening to this podcast, you're on your cell phone, you want to go ahead and get on the email list by texting the word VA start, letter V for virtual, letter A for assistant, virtual assistant start, VA start to 33777. That will get you added to the email list. If you're saying, Tiffany, I listen to your podcast every single week, I'm already on the VIP list. Fantastic. You guys are going to be the first to know about enrollment when this happens. I'm going to be giving out more information and more detail in the coming months, so I want to make sure that you know ahead of time. In the meantime, I want to hear from you. You can go ahead and put your comments over on the Facebook page, or if you're watching from YouTube, you can comment there. Again, if you're on your cell phone and you're riding to work and you're listening to this podcast, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. When you get a break, go ahead and head to either one of those platforms, the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/TBBVA. What does that stand for? The Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. I can't wait to hear from you, and I look forward to getting to know you further in our VA VIP. And again, more information will be coming very soon in regards to that. Thanks so much for listening. You guys have a wonderful and fantastic day.